You're watching or listening to Word in Your Ear. Of course you are, as you're never alone with a show that alights upon everything ever invented in the art of conversation. Whether that's regrettable rock and roll footwear, daft things audiences do, epic stage names, tracks to play at wedding parties, or the outer limits of Elmer Gantry's Velvet Opera. Do leave a like or subscribe by going to patreon.com/Word in Your Ear to discover further delights on offer. And now, get stuck into this.
This is Word Down Your Way, in which those about to tour salute you.
Welcome to another Word Down Your Way, and an old favourite of ours is rarely off the road and available in venues of every type, shape and size, the eternal Hewerdine.
Eternal? Oh, I like that. So, I mean, this goes on forever. Fantastic.
It goes on forever, it does. So funny, we were just talking before we started recording about you being in hotels, because the life on the road, and you said your definition of a good Travelodge is one that doesn't have a bottle opener on the desk.
Yeah, that's it. The new ones don't, but the old ones do. And yes, it just makes you think. I can't help it. I mean, even if I had a brilliant gig and you go in and I see that, I think, oh, what have I done with my life? It's a...
Another detail about bars on the windows.
Oh, but you can't. You can only open the windows so far, because obviously you get a lot of jumpers in Travelodges. So that's bad crack. I shouldn't have said that.
Al Murray used to post pictures on Instagram of the sinks in his dressing rooms, which are invariably in small kind of civic centres or whatever.
Yeah.
And as to whether he could get his kettle under the tap.
Oh, that is a good one.
It is.
It's a good one.
Jack D has one as well about the quality of the tea-making equipment in back.
All right.
Venues. And quite often, sometimes there's no milk, there's no tea, there's no kettle.
There's no tea. And those little plastic stirrers that melt into the tea as well. I like those.
Yeah. A lump of melted plastic.
All the tiny irritations. Are you a connoisseur of hotel breakfasts and things?
No, I don't really. I don't often bother, to be honest, because they're always quite disappointing. But there are some that are quite good. If they're going to cook, I do like a poached egg. Right. If someone will make me a poached egg, I'll bother. But I don't really like those scrambled eggs that have been left there for so long and sort of resemble a yellow brain. I don't really like that.
We stayed in a B&B once, and they had fried eggs on the menu, and they had boiled eggs on the menu, and said, "Can we have poached eggs?" And they said, "Can you see that on the menu?"
Well, that's it.
You do boiled eggs, you do fried eggs. Is it possible to have a poached egg? It wasn't.
It wasn't.
No.
Well, they're difficult. Poached eggs are difficult, aren't they? They're not,
So how's the standard of kind of accommodation and so forth improved in all the years you've been on the road?
Yeah, it has in general. It's quite good. You get on the old booking.com and you can find some nights you're in a Travelodge with the opener, and some nights you can find yourself in a country house somewhere, all for the same price. So it's part of the fun, and you leave it to the last day as well. Some people like to book everything miles ahead, but I quite enjoy just starting the day commando.
I really see you start the day not necessarily knowing where you're going to be laying your head that night.
So, yeah, if I'm doing this tour I'm doing with my friend Heidi Talbot, but if I'm doing a solo, and she had her girls with her, so we had to do a bit of planning. But if I'm doing a me tour, I'll just sort of surge out into the world. I enjoy it. So
you say her girls? That's her daughters.
Her daughters, Molly and Jessica. And Molly she's 15. She's a fantastic singer, absolutely fantastic singer. So she was singing with us. That was nice. Yeah.
Right.
It's quite a packed car. Yeah. So
you're all in one car.
We're all in one car. Yeah. And I'm not making it sound very glamorous, am I? It's not. It's our job, We like it. It's fine. The best bit of the day, as other people have said, you get paid for travelling, not for singing, because the singing's brilliant.
Yeah. So where we normally begin with these chats is ask if people can remember the first live entertainment of any kind that they went to. Can you remember?
Well, the first live entertainment I went to, I mean, if you're talking bands, that was Dr Feelgood.
Right.
And they
you could precede that with Panto or...
Well, exactly. I also remember once being dragged to see the Edinburgh Tattoo. And,
oh, my God.
And you know where they take apart a gun and put it through a little hole and then rebuild it again?
Yes,
That's true.
that's right.
It's not really the sort of thing you need to see more than once.
That's so true. I've got a memory of that.
And they used to take it over a wall, didn't they?
Yeah, all sorts of things, yeah.
And you'd go home confident that if there was a war on, our boys could easily dismantle a gun, get it through a keyhole, and
Yes.
still bomb
Yes.
the enemy at the other end.
Yes.
But
Yes,
you-
well...
You went to pantos and the like, and stuff like
Yes, I'm a perfectly normal human being.
that. Yeah, do you ever see
What are these pantos of which you speak?
do you go and see comedians or anything like that?
No, not really. No, it's just pantos, just things that parents thought you'd enjoy. Dr. Feelgood was pretty mind blowing. Watching Wilco and Lee and he had the filthy white jacket. It was about the time Stupidity came out. They knackered my left ear. It still rings to this very day. So thank you, Dr.
You think
Feelgood.
it was definitely to do with that event?
Yeah, definitely. I know it was. Yeah, I've had a piercing whistle in my left ear ever since. But it's good. It's pretty bang on a G, so it helps me tune my guitar.
So where was this again?
It was the Corn Exchange in Cambridge, where I used to live, and it was really pretty life changing. Though I loved it. And yes,
Who else did you see around that time?
Well, I didn't have much money, Mark, I'll be honest. So sometimes me and my friends would go up to the multi-story and just look through the window. I know, a bit of a cheapskate, isn't it? But
So you could see the top of kind of Wilco's head or something from.
well, no, I saw Wilco in the not through glass. I saw that one for real. I saved up my pocket money for that one. But I remember seeing John Miles doing music through the window. I don't remember too many of the others.
Distance might have been an advantage in that case.
poor Mr. Miles. He was doing music was my first love, and
it will be my last.
And it will be my last. And he broke a string, and that was like so.
That was a high point.
Well, that was the end of music for him. Boink.
So the Corn Exchange,
Yes.
it's still going, isn't it?
It is, and when I finally got to play there with my own band, that was an amazing, really emotional experience, because I'd been, seeing the undertones there and all loads of things like that. So it's a really special moment. That so
it must have put on more rock shows than it's done any corn exchanging. And it's
very hard to find.
Life.
Oh, I see. Yes, I think that the whole Corn Exchange part of its existence it's dwindled a little bit.
Yes.
I didn't notice it.
Tales of the 16th century.
Yeah. Yes. Very small dressing rooms for such a large venue. Very small. If there were more than two of you in a room, it got very sort of awkward, So.
Right.
The dressing rooms are they amaze me. That in modern theatres, we were played in Basingstoke at the Forge, and the dressing room was at least quarter of an hour's walk. And, I don't understand. Shouldn't the dressing room be just by the stage? Isn't there something we could do?
There's another weird kind of dressing room which I can remember bands being in, which is ones where you can only get into them when visible from the front, from the crowd. So you've got to get into the dressing room and then kind of hide for half an hour, and you can't go out, or else the drama of your appearance. Those are a bit extreme.
No, those are. I tell you, the best dressing room in the country. The best dressing room is the subscription rooms in Stroud.
Oh, right.
Oh, beautiful! It's almost worth joining a band just to get in there.
Why is it so good?
Well, it's like a beautiful living room. There's lovely pictures on the wall, and when they tell you it's time to go on, you feel a bit resentful,
just getting comfy.
Yeah.
So the subscription rooms sound rather as if it was there in the era of Jane Austen or something.
Yeah, it probably was. There's a poster they have on the wall there, which is a Beatles poster, because the Beatles played in Stroud famously to 6 people.
God.
I think it was around the time of Revolution #9. People sort of it's difficult.
Yes. They've lost it.
Yes.
Yeah, Beatles are playing down the road now.
Oh, no, I don't like that number 9 thing. It's rubbish.
So
you ever see that made you want to be on stage?
See anyone? Yeah, I would say that Dr. Feelgood right from the start. And all my friends were in bands and they played sort of like punky bands and stuff. It was just a really, it was brilliant.
I was thinking about this the other day. I can remember seeing Dr. Feelgood in. So when they were talking about 1975, probably something like
that. Yeah,
and they were, I think, the first band I've ever seen on stage where I thought, my God, they're trying to be something different. Not just do something different.
Yeah.
They're trying to be something different.
Yeah.
It was a bit. It was an act, wasn't it? It was a sort of act.
Oh, it was a burst of energy. It was brilliant. It's like a 15 or whatever I was year old me. So the excitement was just amazing.
Wilco
I loved them.
Machine gunning the audience.
Yeah, I love that. That's so good. That's so good. It was. It was a life-changing gig. I'm glad I saw that first instead of, I don't know, the Rubettes or something, you know.
You moved the first show you played?
Huh?
What's the first show you played? Can you remember?
I was school band. I had a school band and we played. But we weren't like the other school bands. The other school bands were quite interested in being wizards and stuff like that, and I wasn't so keen on that. So, so we used to sort of dress up and play fast, and it was. So we played for our friends at school, and they just looked at us. But we were very brave. We just went out and played in pubs. We just ring up pubs and say, "Can we come and play?" And it was great. It was very formative. There were 2 of us in the band who wrote songs, or 3 of us, in fact, but 2 of us who were really obsessed with it. And it was very competitive. And I think that time really was great because Geordie McKinley would come in with a song. Well, I'll go, I can do better than that. And he'd do the same. And I'm very grateful for that.
It's funny, isn't it, that? Because it's like John and Paul or whatever, isn't it?
Well, in some ways like John and Paul, but in some ways so very not.
No, but in the sense that the bands go through a stage where if he writes a song, I've got to write some. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm going to lose my standing a bit.
Exactly. It was exactly. And, Geordie, I met him. I played in Winchester about a year ago, and he came to watch me. He looked so much more like somebody who should have been successful in music than me. He's an incredibly charismatic person, but he gave up the music and decided instead to become very rich in Hong Kong. And I think he regrets it. So
there might be some mutual envy there. Sorry, where did I go wrong? Did you play?
He comes over from Hong Kong and catches up with you occasionally.
I did.
That's a play, that is. That's a play.
I think he was doing other things as well. I think he was doing a bit of light shopping and stuff. But no, it was lovely to see him. And the other guy, by pure coincidence, the other fellow who wrote songs, Pete, he lives opposite me in Glasgow. By pure coincidence, we've both been all over the world and ended up on each side of the street. And I still go over and play guitar with him sometimes. Nice.
Very nice. So when you were young, you moved to London?
No, I came from London.
Right.
I was in London, in North London, right on the edge of the A to Z. We were right on the edge. So behind us, it was just a sort of grey. And it was. And then my dad got a job for what was Pi of Cambridge and became Phillips. And he was an electrical engineer. So we went out to Cambridge. And then I went back to London on my own. And then I came back to Cambridge, then went to Ely, then further out to a place you must never visit called Littleport. And if anyone from Littleport is listening, I don't care if you're offended. And then Glasgow.
Can we ask why? I mean, what is it about Littleport that's left a searing memory?
About 4 weeks in, when we were both very miserable, a local said to my wife, "You'll never leave the port," and she burst into tears. So I think that's enough, isn't it?
I think it is.
Well, okay. Also,
ever since
there was my son was walking down the street and he heard a kerfuffle coming out of the village hall, and he just said to the man having a fag outside, "What's going on in there?" And he said, "Oh, it's a tribute to Madness. Beat the band, because in Littleport it would be possible to have a tribute to madness, the condition in the village hall.
I think that sums it up perfectly. Oh,
yeah.
There is something about the Fens, though, isn't there?
Yes.
There's something bleak and kind of. Whenever I go through there on the train, I always look out the window, think I can imagine, murder mysteries being plotted out.
Yeah. I mean, Ely is a very, very beautiful place. Very beautiful place, and yes, I still my friends. My friends Lau, I don't know if you're aware of them, Chris Strever and so forth. Two of them are from Scotland and one of them was from the Fens, and they were so spooked by the Fens that one of their big songs is called Horizontigo. I don't know if that makes sense.
I'm not sure if I get that.
Well, instead of vertigo, it's Horizontigo.
Oh, it's Horizontigo, of course.
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
So what made you move to Glasgow?
Well, I was walking. I've worked with Eddie Reader for many years, and so we'd be up here all the time. My favourite studio was in Glasgow, which is now mine, along with Chris Strever's. I had all these friends, and I was walking through Kelvin Grove Park one day, and I met 5 friends, and just on one short walk. And I thought, why do I live in a place where the postman looks at me like that when I can be among friends? And I love it. I love living here. Absolutely love it. So
good. Doesn't get too dark for you. I know it's not dark now. I can see the light.
It's a lovely sunny day. No, it doesn't. No, none of that stuff bothers me. No, and then also when you're in darkness down there in the summer.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Fair enough.
The rain doesn't bother you? One of my sons lived there for a while, and he said, no, it's fine. And after about 2 or 3 months, he said, actually, I think it's 30% more rain than Edinburgh. Yes.
It doesn't really bother me, no. But I do, another friend of mine, Mark Freegard, the engineer, incredible engineer, he moved to Glasgow, and it rained for 6 weeks every single day, and he did question his decision. But I don't know, nothing really bothers me.
So, Boo, you play at all sorts of different venues.
Did you know what I did about 2 weeks? Yeah, but I did 2 weeks ago, and I've just found a part. I supported Todd Rundgren in the London Palladium. Look, there's my part.
Wow.
Because they were going to have it was amazing. They wanted the tubes, but something went wrong, and so obviously, if you can't have the tubes playing, you want an elderly. Yes, I'm the perfect replacement.
They wanted Fee Waybell and the guy with giant stack heels.
Yeah.
Stacks.
Well, you can't get him. Let's get an older fellow who sings about his emotions. That should do it.
So how was it being on the stage at the London Palladium?
Well, I had done it many years before, but but it was brilliant, and people were really nice to me. They were very kind. But the worst bit of doing a gig like that is the walk from the wings to the microphone. It's a bit like the walk you do when you go through customs trying to look innocent, that special walk you do.
Does the stage creak as you go towards it?
Yes, and it's like a cartoon where you keep walking, but the microphone doesn't get any closer. It's that's the worst bit. But once you start, it's fine.
So you're just worried that the applause won't disappear.
No, you're the opening act. There's a sort of this mutterings of suspicion, So.
There's people at rapid sweets.
Yes, exactly.
A guy who used to be in Slap Happy in Henry Cavill, Peter Blegvad. I saw him once.
Oh, I remember Peter. Yeah, I remember Peter.
Yeah. Guy. And he was supporting Loud Wainwright. And he came on and he said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this evening. And let me introduce the support band. The support act, Peter Blegvad. And he walked off, everyone clapped. And then he walked back on again with the guitar. And of course, no one had realised that he was Peter Blegvad.
Oh, I see. That's very good. I like that. Yeah, that's very good. Oh, that is also a fear, is walking on without your guitar. And I've only done that once, but I see people do that sometimes, because that's really...
Just forget it.
Just forgetting the tool of your trade, just walking out there. It's like, that's not a good feeling. Oh, hello.
How do you explain that to an audience then?
You don't. You just have to sort of behave like so it didn't happen, and then the audience begins to doubt themselves. But
just go and get me guitar.
Yes. So they have to do that big walk again. Luckily, I didn't. So I did another gig with him the night before, which was in the Alexander Theatre in Birmingham, which is even bigger. But what I was not expecting was it was astonishingly cold on stage. Amazing. I was sort of shivering with cold, but they probably thought it was emotion, hopefully, out there. So.
Do you like those old venues?
Oh yes, they're perfectly built for acoustics, but they're just perfect. So some modern venues that are designed by sort of scientists and so forth are fine. They're fine if you're playing a lute with a feather, but as soon as it's more than 1 decibel, it's a fucking racket.
They're kind of glassy, aren't they? You know?
They sound horrible, but I'm sure that it was all worked out and it sounded fine. But you know.
It always kills me. These old places. If I go into an old place, which is probably designed in the era of music hall or something, it works better.
It's a beautiful sounding room, the Palladium. It's absolutely beautiful. So that was
because they're quite vertical, aren't they? They're quite people are looking down on the stage. It's not like they're miles away and need amplification to get there.
I know. It just felt wonderful. It really did. So that's nice. So every now and then I get to do a gig that isn't in the back room of a cafe or something, you know.
So tell us about some interesting
give us examples of the back rooms of cafes that you've played, or kind of most unlikely places.
Well, I used to tour quite a lot in America for no apparent reason. I didn't care. They didn't care, but I still did it. And I will never forget a place outside of Pittsburgh called Blawnox, and it was Johnny Moondogs in Blawnox, and the gig itself was not good. There was a man in a big hat shouting "Play some blues" after every song I did, but the dressing room, was vast. It was vast. It was bigger than the venue. And the only bit of furniture in it was completely unscreened was a toilet right in the middle of the room. That was it. So you could just. I mean, it was fine because I was on my own. But can you imagine a band? That's not nice.
Sounds like an art installation.
Yes, that wasn't the first thing that came to my mind when I saw it. But I see where you're coming from. But so I also in that dressing room, some sort of creature started biting me, and I was covered in buboes and sores for the next 3 days. You know.
This is brilliant. We want more of these gruesome horror stories. So
when you set out, I mean, you're not touring. Are you touring all the time, or
I have done a bit. I've done a big tranche, but I do really like being at home. But I've just toured with Heidi Talbot. I've toured with a man called Reg Muris. I've got a project called Things Found in Books, which I've been playing in libraries and so forth. So I have done a lot of gigs. But once I finish on December 6th, I'm not doing anything for 6 weeks or so. So I don't seek it out. I love playing live, but I do also love being at home. So I do try and balance it, you know.
So in 6 weeks' time, what happens? Does an agent, or do you do it yourself?
But no, I have. Goodness me, I have an agent. Yeah. What do you think?
I'm sure you do. How much of the organisation do you do yourself?
There's not much organising to be done. I just need to be told where I'm going, really, and then it's not. It's yeah.
There's no tour manager.
No, I remember having tour managers, and then I realised that they were just getting in the way. You know,
you're not the first person to have said this on this.
Yeah, I know how to check into a Travelodge. I know how to eat a sandwich.
You don't need somebody with a metal briefcase going ahead of you.
No,
charging you to tell you to do it.
Yes, you have to go over there and sing to people now. Really? No, I know that. You don't really need them. I love it when we tour with Eddie, when we play big places, Eddie Reader, but it's just us in cars, and we have a crew of one, which is our sound man, which is really vital if you're in big places, and he's fantastic. But we don't need anybody else. We just don't. And you see some. I remember even in the Bible when we'd have support acts would arrive in those massive tour buses, you know, and all that, and they'd have more expensive guitars than us, and we were just arriving in our little van, you know. So.
I saw a picture only this morning that ABC have just finished a tour, I think in Blackpool, and they've been touring with an orchestra. obviously not a full-size orchestra, but an orchestra of some
Just
kind.
smaller people, you mean?
It's not the London Symphony. Yeah. But anyway, they've got a lineup on stage of them. Here's and God, there's a lot of people.
Yeah, you'd need a tour manager for that, definitely.
Pulp did the same thing, didn't they? There were 56 of them, I think.
Yeah, but this has got even more. It's just unbelievable, and you realise partly why gigs cost so much. There's a lot of people.
Yeah, there are some gigs you do and you're going to lose, but it's my living. I love just arriving by myself. I feel like a plumber. I arrive, I do my job, and I leave, and hopefully people are happy, and it's a brilliant feeling, So and they give me some money and stuff. It's a nice, and a lot of my friends that I work with, Heidi or Chris Drever or stuff. It's our trade, and we love that. So
we were talking to a subscriber the other day who'd ended up seeing you. Well, I can't remember.
Was it Staveley, a scout hut in Staveley? Am I right? I think it was.
I know. I think I know who that is. Is that Mike? Yes. I think I played at his 60th birthday.
Well, anyway, he said it was the best value for money gig he'd ever seen in his life.
Been to his life. He said it was fantastic, and he said you had 2 sets from Hewerdine, and there was a little sign saying, "If you want a cup of tea or refreshments, go into the kitchen and help yourself."
Yeah. That's good. I love all that. Yeah, we played where we played last night was it was a big old village hall type thing. It was beautiful. All the people who'd organised it, and it was just a lovely, lovely atmosphere. Everyone comes out, and I like that. I like that.
Right. So have you done quite a few birthdays? Or is that you get?
I used to do a lot of house concerts, but less so since COVID. But I used to do 1 or 2 a month, and I had some quite. I remember really sad. A man had moved to a new town, and he'd booked me and a large reggae band, and he'd invited everyone in the town to come and I'm here in your new town, and nobody came, and I just played for him and his mortified wife. That was not. I felt very sad about that.
Trying to end on an up. I'll leave you with this cheery dance number.
Yes, exactly.
That's your chance.
Is a Mexican wave out of the question?
But presumably a house concert. I mean, quite often you are probably just playing to the family, aren't you?
I am. Yeah, but I've made some really good friends that way, and it's nice. Difford, I do lots of stuff with Chris Difford. He's got. I think he pissed on his chips because he did a song about it called "Round the Houses," which you need to listen to the lyrics. Which is like, I think the bookings fell off after he did.
Too close to.
Oh, right, that's a bit revelatory. Isn't it?
Yeah.
I can well imagine that. I think so. The more I think about this, I think this is a film. This is.
Oh well, it is a film.
It's an indie film. Has somebody done it? Go on.
It's done. Yeah, it's the Ballad of Wallis Island, isn't it? That's a house concert. Have you not seen that?
No.
The greatest British film of 10 years. You've got to watch it. And
Go on.
The Ballad of Wallis Island. It's about you'd have to. Tim Key. It's Tim Key, isn't it? And it's about
Tim Key. They're on a remote island. This very rich guy gets.
He won the lottery, and then he with his partner they went around the world. He said, "I ran out of money," and then I won the lottery again. So he's got loads of money, and he gets his favourite artists to come and sing to him. The only difference is he gives him £500,000, which I've played many house concerts, and no one's offered me that yet. So
I bet. Yeah. Tell me about things found in books.
Well, that's me and Yvonne Lyon. She went to Culzean Castle about 7 years, and they have a notice board in the second-hand bookshop of all the things that fell out of books that people had donated to the shop. And she thought it would be a beautiful idea for a set of songs, so she came to me, and we've made the record, and it's a book as well, and we been touring in libraries and literary festivals and stuff. It's absolutely lovely.
So and we brought things are what, letters?
Letters. There's one of them was a picture of Paul McCartney, which I wrote a song about. There's a telegram from the King. There's pictures of Viennese horses, all sorts of things. So it was really lovely to take that as a starting point. So when we did our tour, we brought our own board with us. And when people got their tickets, says if you found anything in a second-hand book, please bring it and put it on the board if you want. Some people brought things they didn't want to put on things like letters from their dad or a Live Aid ticket. That was one. But the thing that surprised us by the end of the tour is that we had 4 slices of streaky bacon. So I've been talking about that at gigs, and the number of people who found streaky bacon in books is quite large. Who would use a streaky bacon as a bookmark?
I don't like a raw slice of streaky bacon.
Here's the thing: sometimes raw, sometimes cooked. There are 2 types of people who use streaky bacon as bookmarks. I'm not sure about these people. I don't know. Have you ever found streaky bacon in a book?
I'm not
sure if I want to.
No.
Looking out in future. Do you like the idea? Do you like the idea of how somebody comes to you with an idea like, let's write a load of songs on these lines?
It's a gift as a songwriter. It's a total gift. It's a sort of you create a little creative universe, and it. Otherwise, you're just looking at a blank page, or it goes on forever. Yeah. And it's not quite like a concept record of old. It's not. I don't know how. I'm not sure I could describe why not. But I've done a few things like that where you give yourself creative limitations, and creative limitations are brilliant because you naturally push against them.
They're always strengths.
Yeah. So and Yvonne, I really like Yvonne's work. I've liked her for years. So it's just great. And the thing is also, when you tour, if you get to go on tour with someone and you don't drive each other mad, it's really nice. But you're a little gang of 2. It's nice. So.
Right. So what's the next thing you're going to be doing?
I don't know. I need to have a bit of a rest and a reinvention. I'll make a new record, that's for sure. And there are tours with Eddie coming up and more books, festivals and stuff like that. But today is not the day to ask me because I just want to lie down and have a little cry, to be honest.
Sorry about our timing. It'll be okay.
We'll leave you.
Yes. Well, I do. It's great, and I love what I do. And all my friends are songwriters and performers, and it's a lovely, lovely gang to be part of. So
what's the best thing that could happen? That someone would come to you and say, "Do us a movie soundtrack or something," or is there a big commission would be the best thing?
Yeah, that would be good. I still think it's going to happen for me, Mark. I really do. I think one day someone's going, what about him? And that's what sort of drives you on. I've just got this insane.
Has happened, and it is still happening.
Yeah, I've got this insane optimism. It was nice. We were driving home last night, me and Hewerdine, and we were listening to Ian Anderson, which is the greatest programme on BBC Scotland, but they're getting rid of, and we're all really, really sad of it. We're trying to sort of save him like Radio 6 got saved. But he played Heidi, and then 5 minutes later he played me, and it was like, we had the best time thinking we were great. So,
Well,
Pathetic, I know.
Not remotely pathetic. Well, is there anything you've learned from it all? The idea of being on stage.
Oh, well, I'm sure loads of people told you feel that's when you feel you're most comfortable or most yourself. That's a lot of us who do that. None of us are show-offs naturally. It's a really funny thing. You're sort of compelled to do it. So all my friends who do it, and it's what they do, they're not natural show-offs. So there's some sort of engine inside them that says, "Oh, I must go and sing to people in village halls in Cumbria." So
it's true. People are transformed, don't they? When they're on stage.
But I don't know. When you meet people who are dead showy-offy, they tend not to, last the distance. So
yeah. Well, look, thanks very much.
Oh, I've thought I ended on a really boring sentence there. I do.
We've enjoyed it enormously, and it has ended on an emotional note.
I don't know. Oh, emotional. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Well, thank you so much for having me back. It was very kind of you.
Brilliant to see you.
All right.
See you again soon.